We should be live. Open up YouTube, make sure it is. Oh, by the way. Oh, why do they see something at the oh, whoops. There we go. Better. All right, let's make sure. Yep, we're live. Open up YouTube, make sure it is. All right. Don't spoil our takes, man. Like, relax. We gotta do the intro first. We live, bro. We live. What's good, y'all? We are back. Sorry for last week, technical difficulties, but we made it work today. As you can tell, I'm not even in my place. I'm in some place. What you mean? Big Papi Juan is just, enjoying, the flowing shit and all that. Oh yeah, Big Papi Juan is here. Yo, how you been, man? How you been these past 2 weeks, my guy? Yo, and isn't that a lovely thing? Isn't that lovely? Oh man. All right. So, since we weren't live last week, and we haven't really recapped the first week, let's just go over the first weeks before we get into anything. Is there anything else you want to talk about before that? Let's rock and roll. All right. Cool beans. So, I guess I did catch some slack about my whole Steelers, 13-4 and all that stuff, especially after week two's beaten. So, but I'm not even gonna go into that because I'm not gonna give you all the satisfaction. Forget that. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go week one takeaways. What do you have? Okay, so then that actually, you know what? That's a point. But that's a point though. Okay. So let me ask you this question. Week one, I know that, I've obviously had to take that people need to treat the preseason like preseason, not week one as the preseason. I felt like a lot more teams took the preseason as a preseason and didn't treat week one as a preseason game. I really did feel like it's like you said, confirmation biases aside, you prove what we thought was true was kind of true, and what we didn't think was true. The only thing that really surprised me, I guess you could say, was and we're gonna this actually before I even say that, let me see if there's anything else I want to say about week one. Oh, week one. Our Super Bowl picks, who we had for the NFC Super Bowl representative, looked really good. And all week two did was make that even better. I was kind of afraid after we made our season picks that, it was kind of like a lot of recency bias just because Micah and that was fresh on the brain and everything. And then week one happened, and I was like, nah, the Packers are them boys. All right, it ain't the Cowboys anymore. The Packers are them boys. What you think on that one? And even though they got like they got three hurt, and they still got offensive weapons for days. It don't make no sense. At this rate, I don't think they should be trading away any of them with the way they all seem to be getting hurt. Like their IR is wide receiver U at this point. You know what I mean? It's just like the wide receiver training camp. Yo, it truly is. It truly is. All right, so then I'm gonna go into this. So, anything else from week one before I go into my big take, and then we can talk about this team in week one. Isn't this the second year? I did not hear this. This is news to me. For real? Dang, that's that's actually crazy. That really is actually kind of crazy. I did not know that. I did not hear that. Um, okay, for the Steelers, week one, y'all saw my reaction. I was just happy to see an offense score 30 points, right? Like, there's been times the Steelers have scored 30 that involved a pick six or something like that. You know what I mean? This is the offense put up 30. Now, the defense, I didn't think the defense was that bad. I think because based off my records as well, I'm a huge Justin Fields believer and everything like that. So as of week one, I felt like that was pretty good. Um, and then other than that, Aaron Rodgers has not been too bad based off of what I've seen. I'm not too mad at what he's doing. And just a preview into the week two part of it, I'm actually worried about the defense. Like, I think the defense is really an issue. And that's crazy to say. Okay, now there's fanatics that always be like, Mike Thomas, the defensive head coach, why are we giving up 20 points a game? I'm like, man, listen, there's so many rules. Like, and I know there's some people out there that are saying that, like, yo, Joey Porter's hurt. Okay, cool. Joey Porter is not prime Jalen Ramsey yet. So we don't have no prime Jalen Ramsey. All right. Joey Porter Jr. is not the difference between us allowing 30 points in the game versus us allowing 17 points in the game. He's good. TJ Watt is not JPJ, not PZ. So with that one, let's just start talking about week two as well. So I'll just keep it going with the Steelers talk. So Caleb Johnson, first off, the Steelers would have won that game. And I know the score looked worse than it really was, but the Steelers would have won the kickoff. And I understand Mike Tomlin benched him. He is not suiting up this game. Did you see the rookie on the kickoff and how he didn't go for the ball and the Titans pretty much not returned the kick, received the ball in the touchdown in the end zone and got a touchdown for it? Did you see that? Okay, so the game was tied. Then who were we playing last week? We were playing the Seahawks. They kicked the field goal to go up three, right? They scored once, and the Steelers went on like a 14 or 17-0 run, and then they kicked the field goal to go up three. The Seahawks, they finally got a score, and they were up three. So the defense was pretty good up to that point. You know, they started slow, warmed up, was doing what they had to do. They got three. They did the kickoff. Now, you know, it has to land in the landing zone. It bounced, took a weird bounce, went over Caleb Johnson's head. And he's like, oh, okay. And literally like started walking off the field. Dude, it's a kickoff. It's a live ball. So guess who's running towards it? All the Seahawks. They recover it in the end zone. Touchdown. 7 points. So it went from a tie game to literally a 10-point game in the span of, and I'm counting from the moment that and not even 1 second of game clock. Because they kicked the field goal, they're up three, and before the next game clock, they're up another 7. It was crazy. And listen, honestly, once I saw that, I already gave up hope on the game. I'm like, that's too much. That confidence, momentum wise, listen, Shannon Sharp says it's best. Momentum is a whore. She's iffy. She's with you 1 second, then she's back with the other guy next second, then she's back with you. No, at that point, momentum was like block me and was with the Seahawks for the rest of the game. Yo, listen, it was just like it even I was watching that game like this. And there's also let me ask you this actually before we go too far. Wait, what just happened to the stream? Okay, before we go too far, let me ask you this: benching the rookie running back, blah blah blah, benching the rookie running back for week 3 as a result of what he did there. Would you do that as a coach? Yes, no, maybe so. But he's not even the starter. He's not even the starter though. I hear that, but at the same time, I hate to say it because other reasons why you lost the game. One play really shouldn't be the reason you lost the game, but honestly, that one play is the reason we lost the game. Because there was no coming back from that. Hold on, no. I was high on Cooper Cup. Not Triple Crown. He might be up there though. Listen, and Cooper Cup was balling that game. Cooper Cup was literally non-existent. Week 1, week 2, it was something crazy. All right, so go ahead with your Patriot take for week 2 and ask me a question about your Patriots so I can give you an unbiased view. Henderson got a kickoff return last game. He did. Oh, Gibson did. Okay, okay. You want that new offense. You want that new offense, pretty much, is what you're saying. Okay. We had some audio issues for yours. Let me take a look. Oh, they still say no. Why is it not taking your audio? Hold on. No, I think I know what it is. That would be crazy. Yep, I see what it is. All right, it should be good now. Okay, recap your Patriots take real quick. My fault.
Oh, all right. Pats look functional. Stevenson, Hendrickson backfield looks pretty good. You throw in Gibson there for a little good measure. Got a kickoff return. They The backfield looks workable, looks functional. They've got a solid backfield. The wide receivers, couple plays here, couple plays there. Drake May looks like he's developing a pretty good relationship with
Both
Booty.
So he ain't booty then, is what I'm hearing.
Pop Douglas. Christian Gonzalez is missing from the defense, and we need him to get back. Well, first and foremost, hopefully he's healthy. We need him to get healthy and get back out there because
Hmm.
that's going to be pretty key to what this team overall does.
Let me ask you this. You know how I just asked you about how benching Caleb Johnson, and you said it's not really the response. Didn't the Patriots do that last week to Henderson? Because he had like a few holding penalties or something. He had a few flags early in the game, and he pretty much was like phased out for the rest of it. And I think Vrabel's like, we need players on the field that we can trust, kind of. You know what I mean?
Mike Vrabel is an older style coach, so I could see him implementing and running the team that way. I just don't think that that's how the overall NFL is still doing things. The Bill Parcells of, hey, you fumbled the ball. Bill Belichick, he's got players fumble the ball, never to be heard from again.
Nah, like, but there has to be some sort of repercussion. But then I have a friend who's like, why do we punish running backs for fumbling, but we don't punish wide receivers for dropping a pass? I'm like, because one's a turnover and the other one is not. That's a big difference. Don't look at me like that. That's a big difference.
You got me there because I was going to say, well, not all fumbles are lost. Kevin Falk, if I'm not mistaken, had a fumbling issue. Former New England Patriot who eventually got it figured out and became one of the most
How you
dependable
still
backs.
fumbling the
But
ball with these gloves, man? Like Chris was already talking about, everyone should be able to catch everything with these gloves. You should. These gloves got pretty much grip on them. How you still fumbling the ball? You keep it close to the chest. They could punch it them however you want. You got a good solid grip on that. It should not be popping out. But anyway, I digress. Neither here nor there. Um, okay, so with that said, just to
Bills
be
Jets.
Bills Jets.
Oh god.
Oh, ooh. Okay,
Yeah,
so
just
then
kind of working down week two. Bills
yeah.
Jets. Yeah, Josh Allen looks good. He was playing like the MVP that he is. Uh, are the Bulls Super Bowl contenders? I think that's what Josh Allen needs to get over the hump and just etch his name. And not that he's not already there, but just to solidify himself as one of this decade's
Best
elite
players.
quarterbacks. Is he needs to get that Super Bowl win.
Okay, so let me answer this. All right, so first off, that game. Okay, so like I said in the beginning of the video, in other videos, I believe in Justin Fields. I believed in the Jets. God damn, and the Bills' defense is not that crazy. So I don't even know how the hell I got there. That's just well, I know how I got there. I don't know. Justin Fields, man, listen, I'm fighting for you, bro. I'm trying to be your biggest advocate right now. Meet me halfway. You did good in week one. What the hell was that against the Bills? And now he's concussed.
Hey,
So,
we've got the full Justin Fields experience at this point. When it looks good, it looks the way that it does in week one. The running game is working, which opens up the passing game for him. When it doesn't, or when you have to rely on him to be a bit of a more traditional quarterback, that's when he struggles. And the team didn't look good at all in week two.
that's crazy work. I'm not gonna lie. It's just that just irked me. That really just irked me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, you know when you just advocate for someone so damn much, and it's just like they shit the bed for you. And I know obviously he cares more than I care, but like I believe in you, fam. I'm rooting for you, man. Do me justice. All right. My game
Hey,
that I want to.
best case scenario for the Jets. Best case
Mhm.
scenario for the Jets, they need to develop a Lamar Jackson style offense for Justin Fields
That's what they had in week
that
one, and then
presents
it
the
disappeared.
Yeah, when you're playing you're playing the Bills. I mean, you're right. Not that the Bills defense is anything to be feared, but it's a better quality opponent.
Did you not see what the Ravens were
Mhm.
doing to that defense last week or the first week?
Oh, geez, there was the Ravens. What? Um,
They tore that
hey, like I
defense
said, you
up.
know what? We got the full Justin Fields experience. It looks great when it does, and when it doesn't,
All right. Okay, so my game I'm gonna pick right now, the Commanders and Packers, because both these teams need a little bit of talking about. Commanders, are you worried?
uh, we expected this year to be a little different for Mr. Jalen Daniels and the team, and through 2 weeks, we haven't learned anything yet. They're 1-1 heading into week three.
Um,
We know that Jalen Daniels is good. Now we just kind of need him to consistently put together solid seasons.
we do know he's good. You're right about that. But was that more of a game? Was that game talking more about the Commanders, or was it more talking about the Packers?
I would say the Packers because they're just riding on a high right now. I'd say
Okay.
that game told us more about the Packers than it did about the Commanders. The Commanders were just this week's victim on that was just in the way of the Packers train right now.
Okay. I I agree, but the Commanders' offense I thought was going to be more high powered. That I thought would not. So when I thought it'd be that high powered, I didn't think the defense would have it looking that. It didn't look pedestrian, but it looked like a speed walker pedestrian. You know what I mean? Like,
So you're expecting a bit more from Daniels, Samuels, and McLaurin.
yes, I really was. And I know McLaurin sat out for most of the preseason for the contract, so I know that always he actually has a ramp up because he never had a preseason. He didn't even have a training camp. I think he was just there holding in. I think he was. I can't remember per se. But like I expected more from the Commanders, if that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. Oh no, I'm sorry. I know it's supposed to be your turn to pick a team, but I got to bring this one up. No,
Shoot.
you know what? We're gonna leave the Eagles for last. We're gonna leave the Eagles for last. Eagles and Chiefs are gonna be the last two. Forget that. We ain't gonna do that one. Let's just keep going. What's the next game on week two that you was that caught your attention?
Uh, Not necessarily a game, but a team. The Dolphins. All I keep hearing in my head is that echo of "They are who we thought they were."
Okay, hold on. The Dolphins. We want to just add the week three game into that whole batch for the Dolphins resume right now, or do you
Who
just
they
want to
got
focus?
in week three?
They played on Thursday. They were the Thursday night game against the Bills.
Oh, and that went exactly
No, that
how everyone
game that did not
expected.
go how I
Oh
thought it
no, no,
would.
you know what? I'm sorry. That game was a lot closer than we all
Yes,
expected.
exactly. So, moral victory, or is
Oh,
Miami at the
so
state where they just
the
need a moral victory?
the NFL's in the moral victory game now. Well, okay. Well, yeah,
um,
I'm just surprised. It's the first time that I think the world has unanimously got it right about an NFL team all off season. All you heard was, "Hey, it's a showdown there. It's a shit show down there." What's the season going to look like? And it's come out looking exactly that way. McDaniels may not make it to the end of week four if they come out and lose this week.
yo, it.
Well, next week.
Wait, by week four? You just say week
Uh,
four?
Absolutely. Listen, Tua is great on short and timing routes. Outside of that, if he has to rely on a play to develop, it doesn't look good.
Hold on. Did you not hear the stat? I need to pull this up. Um, he broke a record. Tua on Thursday night. He broke a record for stats. For a stat that he put up. Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay. Um, hold on. Let me look for it. I just want to make sure I phrase this one right. It
No,
is
never a
uh,
good thing. One of these made up stats. One of these made up modern day stats.
for it's not a modern made up stat. It's literally a true stat. It was he averaged like 1.5 yards per attempt. And he's on average of 0.83 yards per attempt this season or something like that.
All that we need to. I guess you know what, his numbers are always going to be impacted if Tyreek Hill's not catching 30 plus
No,
yard
no, no, no,
bombs
no,
every
no, no, no,
single
no, no, no,
game.
no, 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 no justification here. This man is averaging less than 1 yard per attempt.
They might as well just turn around and give the ball to running back every
All they're doing
single
is running a wheel
possession.
route with Devon Achane and just dumping it to him right there. Um, I think he broke that for Thursday night. I'm just trying to find it. Okay. Tua's average air yards was negative zero point 0.5 yards.
As a starting NFL quarterback now, that's a shame. What do they do? Who's more valuable to that franchise, Tua or
Tyreek?
Tyreek Hill? That's what I have written down.
Neither. Honestly, you need to get rid of Tyreek and get like a second round pick for him. Think you get a second round pick for Tyreek?
I think they should see.
And you can't get rid of. And the
And
other thing about Tua, you can't get rid of him. He is on the books for 3 years. You can't cut him. You'd be like dead cap of like almost $56 million a year to 60 next year, and then another thing. Yeah. So
well, their offense clearly isn't working the way that it is. Um, Arcane looked pretty good during Thursday night's game. And I was a bit hard on him last year, but I feel like 1 week he flashes, and another week he disappears. But he looked pretty good. The Dolphins, good luck to them in their season. But I don't think McDaniels makes it past week 4.
you don't think he makes it?
If they start the season 0-4, if they start 0-4, that's a coaching thing. Because we should all know what Tua is right now, and they should be able to develop something that he could be able to run.
But okay, let's say you fired him, right? You had a rigid coach with him with Brian Flores. He can't take that one. So you had a
Oh,
more
listen,
friendly coach.
you start with getting your next coach in place, and then the understanding is we're going to move on from Tua.
You can't. You got him for 3 years minimum. You can't get off of him. Remember, his new contract just started
The
this
cap is
year.
going to be that.
His new contract started this year. Last year
Hey,
was the last year in that deal.
the Cleveland Browns have been paying Deshaun Watson a lot of money to just be in the background. Looks like the Miami Dolphins are heading down that path.
Yo, it's whoosh, whoosh. That is crazy. Um, I don't know, Maximilian. Maximilian asked the question: do y'all think it's the coach's fault for the Dolphin situation? I don't know if it's so much the coach's fault.
Yes, yes.
You think it's the coach? Like, what can Mike McDaniel do? Tua literally. Did you not see some of them passes from Tua? He was inaccurate.
Listen,
Tua used to be accurate.
reports coming out of Miami are that it's who's running the show down there. The reports are the inmates are running the asylum. I heard a report that hey, if Patrick Mahomes had kind of spoken to Tyreek Hill back when he was a chief, he kind of calmed it down. In Miami, if Tua says, "Hey, Tyreek," you know what I mean, tone it down, Hill's looking at him like, "Hey, who are you?"
Now, did you hear what Tua was saying before the game when he was like, Tyreek needs to understand that, when he's running, he needs to kind of look up and slow down because, like the ball's not, you got to go look for the ball and go get it. I'm sorry, aren't you the quarterback? You got to be accurate. You got to bring the ball to him. Like, whatever happened to dropping the ball in the breadbasket? Whatever happened to that? And now we're going to talk about it's the coach? Thank you. Maximum agrees with me. Like, it's, you must be a Dolphins fan. Saying they should have drafted Herbert instead. So, okay, that I did hear about that one on Thursday nights. I think I was on Twitter tweeting, and I did see that one. Would the Dolphins have a better career, like for the past 4 years, would they be a better team if they had Justin Herbert instead of Tua?
Uh,
Because a lot of
that's
people are
a
kind
good.
of tired of Herbert. They're talking about like you ain't getting no playoff victories or whatnot. Like,
Herbert over to a I. Yeah, they probably would. They had at a bare minimum, they would have had a quarterback that's least less injury prone.
what to do, and so Maximilian Pegasus. You don't, but Herbert, man, listen,
Hey, look at it this way: Herbert, 6'5", 6'6",
yeah.
throwing deep balls to Tyreek Hill would look much better than Tua, who either has to get the ball out quick or hope that Tyreek Hill can, which he for the most part still can, outrun whoever his defender is. But when you come out and say, "Hey, sometimes you gotta stop the route," like, wait a minute, my strength is my speed.
Okay, so we've been too much on the Dolphins real quick. We got to go to the other team because I felt like that game was also a lot about the Bills. What the hell happened? The Dolphins are not that good. You just ran shod through the Jets, and you're supposed to be beating the Ravens caliber of teams and whatnot, and you over here got the Dolphins kept you close. That game was a whole lot closer than it really. The roughing the punter and the interception is the only reason. Remember, how I said one play shouldn't define a game. This one was technically two plays in quick successions. Like, what is this? What does that say about the Bills?
For the Bills,
They were
I think
home
they
too.
at
They
one
weren't even on
point
the road.
they were 17-point favorites, or
11 and a
they were
half.
10 to
11 and a
7.
half.
Okay, so they were favored a lot in the game, and for it to kind of play out the way that it did, right now I'm not worried. I'm just going to credit it to early season. They've been watching the same news that we have and figured, hey, the Dolphins are coming in. We got this. Um, if they continue to perform like this, say week 3 and on, then it'll be a bit more of a concern. There are a few teams right now. They should just the expectation is you're going to come out and, for the most part, win most games, and the Bills should be on that list.
But they
Um,
shouldn't be that close with the Dolphins, though. The same defense that
lack
stifled,
of
the same defense that stifled Justin Fields barely stifled Tua. What was Justin Fields not passing behind the line of scrimmage enough or something? Like, what's going on here?
listen. I'm going to credit it to early season lack of focus for the Bills.
Early season lack of focus, short week type
Yep,
stuff. You giving it that? All
that's
right,
all that we can do because right now they're the kings of the AFC East. They're not being challenged. They're playing for AFC Championship and beyond.
all
It's
right,
it's pretty understood that they're a playoff team.
okay. Next team we kind of want to focus on is just take a look here at our notes. The Colts, 2-0. Indiana Jones.
Hey, that's actually listen.
I like that name. I'm
Someone's
not gonna
marketing
lie.
department should reach out to him and
I kind of
make
like
that
that
happen.
name. Forget Danny Dimes, Vanilla Vic, whatever the other names were. Forget all of that. I like Indiana Jones. It just fits. It just
Hey,
flows.
Richardson has lost his job, right? And granted, it's early in the season, but let's say he can maintain some type of similar level of play throughout the season. It's understood that Richardson has lost his job, right?
Um. Okay, it depends. A lot of people are comparing this year's Colts to last year's New Orleans Saints. I don't know if you remember last year, the first 2 weeks the Saints were balling. 2-0. Rashid Shaheed was catching deep bombs from Derek Carr. The offense looked explosive, like nothing could stop it. It looked like it came out of nowhere. The Derek Carr from the Raiders 4 years ago, MVP caliber Derek Carr, seemed to have made a comeback. It was crazy. And then reality hit. So then that's the question. If Daniel Jones maintains this, oh boy, am I happy I came inside when I did. It just started thunderstorming. If Indiana Jones stays this way for the next 4 weeks, it's his team. It's his team. Anthony Richardson's out of there. There's no way he can sustain that type of play and he could justify going back to the other guy. No way.
Now, the $1 million question: if Richardson is no longer with the Colts, do you see another NFL team giving him an opportunity?
You know, the regular teams who need a quarterback, the Steelers who are going to need a quarterback for Aaron Rodgers' replacement. He's going to be a backup. He's not going to get a job with potential to start. He doesn't have anything on film that says that he could be a potential starter. It shows that he's too raw of a talent. He needs to be on the bench. He needs to be a backup. So, honestly, the Steelers would be a team. Maybe the Jets, because kind of the same play style with Justin Fields. So I feel like the offense wouldn't be too different. Honestly,
Okay, here's a different way of looking at it for you. Who ends up starting more games in their career, Shador Sanders or Richardson?
oh god damn. Oh.
Wow, yeah. Yeah. Actually, the Cleveland Browns are on my list. We need to talk about them. Just after you answer this question, we can just pivot right
Okay,
over
so
to the
that's
Browns.
that's the transition. Does the games that he already started count, or am I starting from this day forward?
Yeah, we'll give those to him. He's got a head start. We'll give those to him.
Then Anthony Richardson. I'm sorry.
Really?
Okay, here's the reason. Not that I believe in Anthony Richardson over Shador. It's so much so the Browns will not give Shador that chance to start. Listen, they're 2 seconds away from starting Dylan Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
They literally they were getting blown out. They brought him in. He did okay. They're going to give him the whole season. Okay? Because again, if they start Shador, and Shador shows that he is better, which I believe he's better than Dylan Gabriel. If he shows that he's better, everyone's gonna complain about them like, oh, why the hell did you draft that quarterback in the third round? You wasted a third round pick when you could have named somebody drafted in the third or fourth round. And right now, this is purely pride on the management. Oh, whoa, Maximilian, whoa, Max. I just seen this comment. I'm gonna mention your comment in a second, but they're not gonna. It would require them admitting fault, and Kevin Stefanski is kind of on the hot seat. Not his fault. He never had a quarterback. The quarterback y'all gave him ain't him, so it's just kind of thing. But over here we got Danny Dimes is what Baker was last year.
Let's calm down because Baker is borderline elite. He's borderline elite. Okay, Baker Mayfield is borderline elite. Put some respect on that man's name. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with him. Okay, stop playing with my boy Baker Mayfield.
I like Baker. I don't know if I can say he's borderline. Okay, hold on. I gotta. How many elite quarterbacks are there? Because elite is a tier. How many people are in that tier for elite?
Oh, at any given time, I think there could be 5 in the league.
5 elite?
No. Okay, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. At any given time, there are 3, no questions asked, elite quarterbacks, and the conversation is you can have it around 5 different quarterbacks. I would say.
Okay, so I would say okay.
So
So
right
let me
now,
phrase this way:
elite would be
3 people with 3 people looking in.
Oh, that's fair. Look at you getting all fair. Okay, that works.
Okay, I don't know if I have Baker at top 6 because that's pretty much what you said. Mahomes, Lamar.
Guys, I said he was borderline. So that means that Baker's probably number 7 or 8. Like, hey, can I get?
Okay. So
can
he's in the top 10.
Let me look in.
Okay, fine. Yeah, he's top 10. He's top 10.
Yes.
Danny Dimes ain't there. Danny Dimes ain't top 10. I saw. What was it? It was on First Things First, and Nick Wright said it best because people are like, you got to put respect on Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones's names or whatever. And he's like, yo, listen. For anyone who ever had bad credit out there, you're gonna understand what I'm saying right here. If you have bad credit, just because you now got a job with 6 figures, doesn't make you okay to get a house. You still had bad credit. You got to get over the bad credit first before you can even think about getting a house or a car or whatever. Just because you got the money now don't mean jack squat. Just because he's doing good right now don't mean he's gonna be good there. Oh, he's got the same treatment when he was with the Bears. Just proves that it was an organization. Okay. He's talking about yes. Then if that's the case, yes, he's not saying that Indiana Jones is as good as Baker. He's just saying that
Yeah.
he was in a trash organization and he got fixed.
Yeah, listen, we had him pegged. Well, I had him pegged as one of the quarterbacks that could potentially, if we're going off of the preseason tiers, break out of his tier and maybe get into whatever the next tier above him is. So it's nice to see that he's down there, out there performing. It's like you said, let's wait. Let's get through the first quarter of the season. I think after 4 weeks, that's when you can usually start saying, okay, hey, here are our playoff teams. These teams are actually thinking about Super Bowl, and the rest of you guys, you're playing actually, you're already playing for next year.
Let me ask you this. This was not even on the topics for today, so I know we might not even have like answers for research for this. Because of Sam Darnold, because of Baker Mayfield, because of what seems now even Indiana Jones, Geno Smith,
Oh,
even.
I think I know where you're going.
Do we need to start putting more respect on coaches' names? As like, can a coach fix an organization? And should we now be looking at coaches like if a player is failing, instead of saying the player is a bust, should we look at the honestly bring it back to the Tua? Is it Mike McDaniel or is it Tua? And in this situation, who do you stick with? Because you kind of have to stick with Tua, but then it's showing pretty much what I'm saying is there's a lot of these coaches that are coming out of the woodworks that are repairing these players. Steve Shiken, Kevin O'Connell with the Vikings, who did that for Sam Darnold. I don't even know who the offensive coordinator was for Geno Smith in Seattle. The guy that was over in Tampa Bay. Like these coaches are fixing these players.
Well,
What is it about these
listen,
coaches?
I'm with you with your thinking there because what I found myself thinking this week with the resurgence of some of these very same quarterbacks that we're looking at is let's take a step back and for the most part remember that these quarterbacks especially they're 21, 22, 23 years old when they're coming out of college and being given the keys to an organization. So that being said, they often pick which colleges they're going to go to based on their makeup and their build. Is it possible that these players are being drafted, put in the team, and instead of developing the system that builds off of this quarterback strength, you're just telling this quarterback, hey, lead us to the promised land, which is causing some of them to look as damaged goods as opposed to a 20 something year old that needs time to develop?
Let me take that idea and run a little bit further with it. Is Indiana Jones the leader of the team? Is Jonathan Taylor? Fair
I
to
would
say?
say, yeah, I would say it's Taylor who's established a star who's been there. Yeah, I
When
would say
Baker
Taylor.
first got to Tampa Bay, was he the leader of the team or was it Mike Evans? Most likely.
It was either Evans or good one, Godwin, good one.
Okay. Sam Darnold. Who was the leader of that room? Justin Jefferson or Sam Darnold?
Uh,
Jefferson. I
Probably
was being
Sam
rhetorical. I
Darnold.
was being rhetorical. When Sam Darnold got there,
Can a
Justin
wide
Jefferson was
receiver
already
be the
there.
leader of a team?
He was the
Oh, okay.
voice. He
So
was the
that makes
thing with the
sense.
coach. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you're right. I'll give you that. Yep, you got it.
Is it maybe these quarterbacks aren't leaders yet, but when you ask a rookie quarterback to come in, you need him to be the leader and the best player. But sometimes you can't learn to be a leader and a best player. You can only do one at a time. Let me work on my craft,
Yeah.
and eventually I can become a leader like Baker is now. Like he is the engine for that team. But he didn't have to worry about being the engine when he first got there. Sam Darnold was like, I don't need to be the leader of this team. I got Justin Jefferson, who's listen. If Sam Darnold did good, whether he did bad, everyone's gonna look at Justin Jefferson. They weren't looking at Sam Darnold. It was until the end of the year, like, wait, hold on, Sam Darnold's actually doing pretty good. Sam Darnold's doing pretty decent.
Yeah.
Is it some? Maybe we should not be asking these quarterbacks to be leaders, rookie running back quarterbacks at least. Don't be a leader. Perfect your craft. Be who you got to be, and the leadership will follow. Type of thing.
Yeah.
And
No,
is it
well
on the
stated.
coach to
Well
say
stated.
that's how it is? Like the coach is like, listen, I'm gonna lead, and I expect you to take it over from me. But That's what the coach is like. I'm leading. This is my team. You can take it from me. I want you to take it from me. But until you're ready, this is my team, and I'm not gonna give it to you because this is the other thing I gotta say. And forget about locker rooms. This is workplace, at home, with friends. You don't hand leadership over to anyone. It's got to be taken.
Yeah.
And any leadership that's handed over doesn't have the respect that comes with it. In order to get the respect that comes with the leadership, you got to take it. And the person who's giving the leadership away has to be okay with giving the leadership away. Dwayne Wade, LeBron James. It was Dwayne Wade's team. He's like, nah, LeBron, I need you to take this leadership, and I'm okay with giving it to you. Because, there's also those leaders like, I don't want to give it up. Then that caused friction or whatever. But you know what? That's just, I'm thinking, because I was really been trying to figure out why is these quarterbacks are working. And maybe it's like, I don't got to be the face of the franchise. And maybe some people just aren't built like it. You know one of my favorite quarterbacks who really wasn't built like it? Jay Cutler. That man did not want to be a leader.
Whoa. Well, listen. That's another guy we got to put some respect on his name. He may not have been the type of leader we wanted, but I think that he was. Listen,
he was good.
The guy who would come out here, he'll throw 5 touchdowns and 3 picks, and just like whatever, man. Like, what do you want me to tell you? His post-game press conferences were great.
Yo, listen, like that man. And then the moment, like, oh, he doesn't show enough emotion. Then the moment he shows emotion, oh, he's being too thick. Like, I remember there was one game when people kept complaining about him not showing emotion. Then he finally pulled the Tom Brady on the sideline, and then everyone was like killing him for it. And then someone, I think it was Nate Robinson, was like, hold on. Tom Brady did this like 3 weeks ago, and we're talking about how he's full of passion. Why is it a problem when Jay Cutler does it?
Passion.
Listen, and the last thing I'm going to say so we can move on to the next topic was there was a player. I don't remember which player I was listening to. I don't remember where I was hearing this, but he was saying that the thing with some coaches is that they come in being buddy, and then when the pressure gets on, they try being strict with you. You can't do that. He's like, you can't go from buddy to being strict. You can go from being strict to buddy, because they were talking about Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell came in and was like, I'm not tolerating none of this bullshit. Then after when the team and the energy and the aura of the team changed into that vision that he had, then he became buddy. And I think kind of Bill Belichick had that same thing. Listen, I ain't taking this shit from y'all. But a lot of the players who played with Bill, like, seem to always speak kind of highly of Bill. Like, yo, he's actually a really chill dude. Like, I'm like, okay, like, it seems like that's the type of thing. And that's where Mike McDaniels seems to be having an issue, because they were talking about Dan Campbell versus Mike McDaniel. And then there was like, you can't go buddy and then try to be strict now just because your job's on the hot seat or whatever. But anyway.
Bill Belichick can walk into any room and put 8 Super Bowl rings on the table and not say a word and just automatically gain respect. Dan Campbell, former player, did it at an elite level. Mike McDaniels, boy genius.
I think the issue is
so he has to work a little bit harder to be a leader of men than Belichick and a Dan Campbell. Which Belichick, because he's proven Campbell, I've done it at an elite level. McDaniels,
when Dan Campbell came in though, he didn't do it yet though. I don't know if you remember. He literally came in.
He did it as a player. He was a player. And so he could relate to the players.
Okay.
McDaniel, he's coming in almost as an outsider to the fraternity with some brilliant ideas. And so I think someone like that has to work a little harder to gain the respect of the men that you're leading.
All right, and if anybody has anything else they want to add to the chat, this is interactive. You could definitely drop something in the chat. We're listening and we'll bring it up or whatnot. All right, so you said over to Shedeur Sanders. Like I said, the Browns are not going to admit. They cannot put Shedeur Sanders. They're not, unless Dylan Gabriel gets hurt this year. Shador Sanders not seeing the field. So to answer your question, if Shador doesn't see the field this year, and the Browns with 2 first-round picks next year, they literally might sit over here and draft another quarterback next year. Because at that point, Deshaun Watson is off. Yes, a lot of mock drafts have the Browns already
Stop
drafting
it!
a
Stop it!
quarterback.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! That will no, no. I refuse to accept this. Okay, I will not accept this. No, 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 no.
Yo, don't kill the
Um,
messenger, bro. Yo, I'm wearing a white shirt. The blood's gonna show.
what I
No,
have written down for the Browns this week is the fact that they are doing the Cleveland fans a disservice by starting Joe Flacco and having 2 rookie quarterbacks sit on the bench. I don't
agreed.
care which one.
Agreed.
Pick one, throw him out to the flames so that you can see what you want. Let Joe Flacco walk. The mere fact that you're keeping 2 rookie quarterbacks on your team means that you've taken a roster position from another place on the team where you could have potentially landed
No,
and drafted some talent.
I hear that one, but technically no, because Shador is the third quarterback who's on the practice squad. The NFL rule after the 49ers Eagles game.
All week long, you know what the reports were? He's not even running the scout team. It's Bailey Zappi that's running the scout team. Shador Sanders is essentially getting paid in Cleveland to do absolutely nothing. Trade that man
Oh,
away. Send him to Pittsburgh. Send
they
him to the
won't.
Rams.
I told you they won't. They can't have
And
another
that's why
Baker
the Cleveland
Mayfield.
Browns are not doing their fans a good. They're doing their fans a disservice with what they're doing this year. They
I
really are.
agree. I agree with you. They're doing them the service by starting a veteran who clearly washed over 2 rookies. Okay, and especially if your plan is to draft a quarterback next year, you got to see what you have right now. Okay. Okay. So just to let you know why people are saying that, because the Browns are saying we didn't spend a first round pick on a quarterback. We got a third round quarterback, and the third round doesn't shape out okay. And we have a fifth round quarterback. Fifth round quarterbacks never shape out, so it doesn't even matter. That's what they're saying, and that's going to be the justification for drafting a quarterback in the first round next year. I'm telling you. So yes, I think they're being stupid. I think they're being idiotic. I think what they're doing the massive disservice. What do you mean? See the brutal? I don't care what the brutal schedule the Browns have, Maximilian. Listen, the first games are brutal, but
Uh,
guess what? I'm sorry. Every team's a professional.
Maximilian might
Am I
be a
supposed to
sleeper Browns
protect you
fan.
against a good team? Don't play a good team. Like, oh no, you can play now. Oh, we're about to play the Bills. I'm gonna bench you and go put Joe Flacco in. No, and it's the same thing with the Giants. I get it. You got Russell Wilson. Listen, at this rate, I'd rather Russell Wilson over Joe Flacco from what I've seen so far. And I'm not even a big Russell Wilson
No, I'm
fan.
taking Flacco over Russell Wilson. You know why Flacco's still playing the ball? Because just watched the game replay of the game. He can still get the ball out to the check down guy pretty quick. He can still find and get the ball to the check down guy very quickly. Russell Wilson, I don't know how they let him throw for over nearly
No,
400 yards
and
last
that's
week.
that's the team we're gonna talk about because the Cowboys defense is really that bad. It got better by trading Micah, but for some reason, Russell
Oh
Wilson
no, it
looked
got better
like.
against the run.
Anyway, no, but yes, no, the Browns. I apologize to all Cleveland Brown fans out there. My friend BA, who is a diehard Brown fan, I am sorry, BA, for my my coworker Ka. Listen, first off, you never should have been a Browns fan to begin with, but I'm sorry for you, Ka. I'm sorry for you. All right. Listen, you start the rookies, you see what they got. Listen, okay, let me put it like this. It's going to be even more of a disservice. It's going to be damn near organizational malpractice if you draft a quarterback in the first round without at least starting both Shador and Dylan Gabriel at least 4 games to see what they got. They each should start at least 4 games. Because 4 games of tape is something that you could be like, we can work with this or we can't work with this. You know what I mean?
Worst case scenario, they're auditioning for another team or on the NFL.
And that's what they don't want. Again, Cleveland is going to hoard quarterbacks. It's like that one player in fantasy football that's going to take all the quarterbacks and be like, I don't want y'all to have any of them in case any of them are good. Even though I can only start one, you can't have any because one of them is going to be good and I don't want you to have them. Like, that's the Cleveland's playing a childish game. Like, they're not running a multi-billion-dollar organization or something like that. What's the next team you want to talk about other than after Cleveland? We're leaving the Chiefs
Uh,
and the Eagles for last.
Well, that's pretty much all that we have. Have we learned anything about the Bears in 2 weeks? I don't think so, but I was expecting it to look a
I
bit
thought we
more
did.
efficient.
I thought we did. What do you mean you don't think we learned
What
anything?
did you What'd you learn?
Caleb Williams needs a lot of work.
Okay, well, see, I'm thinking, okay, then along the same lines, I thought the offense was going to look so much better than what
Yes.
it has looked through two
Yes.
weeks. Um, and Caleb Williams, what do you, fifth year option's not going to get picked up at this rate.
Well, it's only your second year, so you
Um,
still got some time. You still got some time. But
what, for the Bears also, Adunze is the real deal.
listen, what?
He's
Okay, so just to go back to Caleb real quick, what Caleb has showed me is that he, and again, this might be premature, and it might be an over exaggeration or oversimplification. You know how NFL teams start every game with the scripted 15 plays? He
Yep.
looks great with them 15 plays. When you literally tell him what to look for, what to do, this is what you're going to do. I don't care what the defense is, this is what you're going to do. Immaculate. And then once those 15 plays are over, okay, we need you to adapt to the game in real time. Then he does that. I'm running out of bounds, throwing it away, but I ran out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage, so it's technically a sack or whatever. I'm throwing these stupid interceptions. I'm just like, what the hell? Bro, there's some of these plays that Caleb are doing. I'm like, I wouldn't even do this in Madden. Like, what the hell are you doing, man? And again, I get it. You got 300-pound men chasing after you, but, bruh, no. And then to take it further, what was the second thing I was going to say? Um, damn it. I feel sorry for the coach. I am convinced that Ben Johnson wanted to coach even 2 years ago. And he thought, off the hype, like everybody else was, oh, Caleb is better than Jaden. I didn't believe that. And when he had a chance to coach Jaden, he's like, nah, I'd rather coach Caleb. And he knew, so the first time he was available to go get a coach, he went back to the Lions. Everybody was like, oh, word, that's weird. Why would you go back to the Lions? And it was just like, oh, they offered him more money or whatever. Then the next year, they didn't fire Eberflus. So he couldn't coach Caleb. And he didn't want to coach Jaden Daniels. So he stayed again. And then that same season, when they're playing the Bears, that's when Ben Johnson busted out every trick play in the book. That was him interviewing for the Bears job at that moment in time. And then now that he
Watch
could coach
this.
Caleb, he got him. And now when you're looking at the press conferences, I know he's like, I'd rather be back in Detroit or I'd rather be with Jaden Daniels. Because this kid, he's not adapting on the fly. He is, I don't know if it's just he's not reading the field enough. I don't know if defenses are confusing him. I know the offensive line is not good. But a lot of teams have bad offensive lines. Look at freaking Joe Burrow. He still makes do.
I think listen, because it's only year two, he may still have a chance
He
of
still has
having
a
a very
chance, but he
productive
needs to
and
learn.
solid NFL career. Um, and I guess you know what? It feeds exactly into what we were just saying about these quarterbacks is, hey, they're so young, they're coming into the league, and you're essentially turning the keys of the franchise over to them and said, hey, lead us to the promised land. And we're seeing in real time how hard that is. These young quarterbacks are going to go through growing pains.
And I'll even go and add to that where I don't think, again, I don't know inside the locker room, but just off the sideline, like the, he's still doing that. He's still doing the, oh, this is so not fair. Like, nigga, man up.
Hey, that's the part of learning how to be a leader that you were just talking about. At 21-22, listen, think about yourself at 21-22.
Okay, here's the thing. You're supposed to learn at least the basis. You're supposed to come into the league at least the basis of a leadership. You was at USC. USC was not that good of an offensive line, so this ain't new to you. This ain't new to you. You true to this, all right?
Listen, I told you when he first came, one of his earlier interviews, hey, I don't think he made some comment along the lines of, I don't think we need a punter. Like, we're not going to be punting the ball much this year. I was like,
You're
ooh,
right, because you're gonna throw interceptions
congratulations coming
apparently.
out as a young man.
No, I want that energy. He has that. He has that confidence. He has that energy. And then once he does one mistake, he just completely rattles. I was like, oh damn, I fucked up. And instead of wiping himself, he's just gonna sit in that shit, literally. Yeah. Ben Johnson. I seen him in the post game conference. This man looks like he's just like he looks like he's over it. He's like, damn, being a head coach is a lot of work.
Probably not what he fully expected. At a
Not
bare
at
minimum,
all. Not
he
at all.
probably expected the offense to look better. Like,
Not a
yo,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's not even up for debate. All right, cool. I feel like we're doing pretty good here. Let's just wrap it up with oh shoot. 1 second. Oh, we're about to wrap this up. Okay, real quick, take it over. I need to go plug my charger. 1 second. Take over.
okie dokies. Listen, this week, the Chiefs, they lost another game. They've now started the season 0-2. We have to start asking ourselves, is it time to worry about the Chiefs? Now, because it's only 2 weeks in, two losses, it's not the end of the world. Clearly, they may not end up being at the top of the AFC as we have historically seen them. But they could still be a playoff team. They could still get in there at worst case as a wild card team. And because they have the reigning Timothy Jones of the NFL, a team like the Chiefs, they just need to make it to the dance. As long as they can make it to the dance, when you have a Patrick Mahomes, you still have a shot. It's just that the defense that we saw last year doesn't appear to be the defense that we're getting this year. And it sucks, especially for me because I have them on my fantasy football team. Um, and I get it. Part of it for the offense is wide receivers being down and injured, which, okay, great. But I'm getting a better sense of how difficult it was for Brady and Belichick now to kind of week in and week out, no matter who the wide receivers were, to come out and be competitive and win a lot of games together.
Okay, so we got Ramondre Stevenson hater apparently in the chat right now. Watch and earn. He doesn't like your take on Ramondre Stevenson, saying "f him" pretty much. I don't know if you're saying that because you want Henderson to start or because listen, if Ramondre Stevenson you got last week is Ramondre Stevenson you're gonna have for the rest of the season, you did kind of waste your pick with Henderson. But we know he's not gonna be
Hold
able
on,
to
who's
sustain
saying
that.
this? Is they in the chat?
Yeah, they're in the chat. They said it's watch and learn. I need to learn how to be able to put chats up on the stream. Oh, I'm
Oh,
not
no, I
watching the
know.
Patriots game right now. Did he fumble? Damn.
Neither am I. I didn't even see that mentioned on the chat yet. I've got the red zone up.
So yeah, if he fumbled, he wouldn't be on
Told
the
you I
red
could sign
zone.
into Paramount.
That's
He's gonna be on
crazy.
Paramount.
He fumbled. Okay, cool. So you want Henderson in now? I'm guessing watch and learn, right? Yo, but hold on. What's the score for that game? Hold on. Let me take a look at that score real quick. My fault.
Oh,
I
wait a
do have to
minute.
pull
The
up the score.
Steelers are playing the Pats. Why did I think the
Yeah.
Pats were playing the Panthers?
No. It's the Steelers, and this is the 1 week when I'm not home. I love that. Well, not the one
Oh,
week.
look
I
at
haven't
that.
been home for multiple
Okay,
weeks.
all right. I'm all set up now.
Okay, we up 7-0. Let's go. Let's go, Steelers. I'm sorry. What's good, Dion? I'm sorry, man. I'm rooting for my Steelers to beat y'all. So this is a good game. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so real quick, my take on the Chiefs. Again, first things first. Nick Wright says it best. I will say this. He took his fandom off, and he's literally talking. He's like, Rashi Rice and Xavier Worthy aren't going to fix the defense right now. This defense is looking hella crazy, hella suspect. And Isaiah Pacheco, I don't know what happened to him, but broke his leg. This man now can't find the gap anymore. Like I don't understand how that's happening. I don't understand the logic behind that. there's just something wrong with that offense. There's just something wrong with that offense that I don't have an answer for, and it's not Mahomes. I don't think it's Mahomes.
You think it could be solved with giving up a third round pick for Tyreek Hill?
No. I think it could be solved with getting an actual running back, a better run, upgrading their running back. Pacheco really just isn't it this right now. And what's the team with a running back that they could trade away one? I don't know. I don't listen. The Chiefs have always bargain bin shopped for wide receivers. Getting Tyreek Hill right now is another bargain bin shopping, in my opinion. If they could get, even if they got Chris Godwin, it would have been an upgrade. If Chris Godwin is who he still was before he broke his leg.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that name because that might be where Patrick Mahomes is, where he's going to always attract the reliable older wide receiver who may be thirsty for a ring to come join the
But
team.
that
And
doesn't
Godwin
help
coming
you.
off of,
That doesn't help you though.
well, Rashid Rice is going to return.
All right, so how about this? Let's hold off. Let's hold our reservations for the Chiefs until after everybody comes back, because I think Xavier Worthy is even playing today too. Oh my lord, it's raining like crazy outside. Let me see here. Aren't the Chiefs? Oh, they're playing tonight. But I think Xavier Worthy's playing tonight, so that's interesting in and of itself. All right. The last team we could talk about, the last two teams before we talk about the Eagles, is the Texans. What do you think? What do you think is happening?
Did you just see me go duck there for a sec? Because I completely lost you.
Yeah, you did
I'm
disappear for a
sorry.
bit, but you're back though. Um,
Okay.
the the Texans. What's your take on them?
I got nothing for the Texans this week. CJ Stroud is
They're
another
0
one of
2.
these
Are
young
they done?
quarterbacks.
They're 0 2. Are they done?
See, he's another one of these young quarterbacks that's in kind of you've got to kind of come out and show and prove to me now. And they're in the AFC East. If we're not completely counting the Chiefs out at 0 2, we can't completely count anyone out. Hold on, who's in their division?
Maximilian. Yeah, no, you're right. It's a bunch of Tetris pieces that they don't fit. And I just because there's so many different pieces, and he's just saying this for the Chiefs, because there's so many different pieces that don't fit. I don't really know where do you fix it. But I feel like the first thing they should address is we need to get the running game back. Listen, I don't. I know I'm probably gonna sound real old school football head. As much as it's an air it out league, you need a ground game to at least help your receivers out. Okay, they need to at
Hey,
least take
look
one
at
person
what
out of coverage.
the Lions are doing.
Like
You just gotta
literally,
look at the Lions.
you need to take one or two people out of coverage and put them in the box to respect the run game to make the passing game look better. That's literally what you need to do. It's just so ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know. And yeah, nah, I really don't have an answer for that one. Okay, cool. And the Texans, they're 0 2. I still believe in them just because I know the division is not the greatest. But what really sucks
Yeah,
or what really hurts them is the fact that Indiana Jones is on a burner right now. So losing two games
the
and
division
having the other
is wide
person,
open.
yeah,
The division's wide open. They can't let the Colts build up an insurmountable lead within the division there. I'm not expecting anything really from the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. They're a young team
the
on the come
Jaguars are
up,
up
and
right now
so
though. Jaguars are up on the Texans right now.
whoop, whoop-de-doo. It's early.
Oh yeah,
It's
because
early.
last week the Jaguars still found a way to lose that game against the. I don't know how you up like three. How
Ah,
you up and then you. Anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that. The Bengals. I'm not talking about them anymore. Um, Okay, cool. Anyone else you want to talk to before we go into the Eagles? Because I definitely want to get on my soapbox a little bit about them.
No, let's get into the Eagles. We got the midday games going on. We got to get to, so let's get to the Eagles.
Um, Yo, Minnesota up 14-0. That's crazy work. Is Justin Jefferson going off? Who's getting all these touchdowns? We got one touchdown to I don't even know who the hell that is. Oliver, the tight end, maybe. And then what's the second touchdown? Did they throw a pick six or something? Yeah, they did. They got a pick six. Oh, look at that. That'll do it every time.
See, what did I say? Hey, the Cincinnati Bengals, one of these teams that the season's pretty much over for them. Their season was predicated on being able to come out and score 40 week in and
Yeah.
week out.
Yeah.
No Burrow, no 40.
All right. Jalen Hurts is who we think he is, but the team is built for him, is my take. Jalen Hurts is not a top 5 quarterback, maybe a top 10. He is the prime example of intangibles can lead you to wins. He is a better Tim Tebow, not as in like play style or anything like that, but in like the how the hell are you winning these games? You're not doing that great, but you're still winning these games. And the team is built to support him in that case. That's when a organization builds a team around its play. That's what the Dolphins need to do for Tua. If you want him only passing 1 yard attempt, yards per attempt, then you need to get him all these skits. He needs a whole bunch of slot receivers. Have everyone running spread offense, zigzag, done. Like, what the hell is this? Come on, you can't tell me that Jalen Hurts is putting on good film right now. You can't.
Um, it's kind of the way the cookies crumble. He ended up getting, unlike some of the other quarterbacks that we talked about, he got drafted in the right situation, and it's kind of is what it is with him. We won't really know who and what he is until the team around him evolves and has to change. That's when we're truly going to get an understanding of who he is as a quarterback. He's not being asked to do much, and what he is doing is enough for his team to win. And so for now, it's good enough. But as the AJ Browns move on, as Saquon Barkley goes away, and maybe as a couple of these defensive players start getting plucked from other teams and they have to put a bit more on his plate, then we'll learn who he is.
All right, just a quick parentheses because Watch It Earn just said something here. Listen, we've mentioned in previous videos Mahomes is only chasing ghosts, i.e. Tom Brady. Okay? What Tom Brady did where he could literally win a game by just getting some 3 random guys from Dorchester, 1 person from Quincy, and win a game is one thing. It takes a true level of talent to get there. Mahomes is not that far away from that because he has won with wide receiver cores that a lot of the teams would be able to win with. All right. So, like, we really need to see. No, like when he won the championship 2 years ago, with even though he had Kelsey, like who did he really have? He didn't really have anybody. Okay, so back to what I was saying about Jalen Hurts. That was just a quick parenthesis I want to give there. Unless you have something you want to add to it.
No, go for it. That's it.
Jalen Hurts, he's also said here, like that's what they try to do with Tua. I don't know. Tua just I kind of want after, God forbid, the day it happens when Tua goes, his brain needs to be evaluated. For you to go from where you were to how you are now, I have to really wonder if concussions are not playing a part of it. For how Tua just dropped off the face of the planet. That being said, the thing I respect about Jalen Hurts is he doesn't care about his numbers. He truly is for the win, and that's it. And that's very impressive, in my opinion.
It's interesting that you say that because there's a growing conversation around sports where a lot of professional athletes are indicating that, hey, and I think Cam Newton might have been the one who jumped this off saying, hey, I'll take an MVP over a Super Bowl victory. What's ultimately more important, and what's going to add the most to your legacy? Being an MVP quality player or winning multiple Super Bowls?
For Jalen Hurts, it's winning Super Bowls. And the thing is, but here's the thing, and this is the thing that's really going to like, it's going to catch up to them because you keep treating AJ Brown like this, he's going to want out. You keep treating Devontae Smith like this, he's going to want to get out. Not like you're doing anything wrong, but listen, they're out there running cardio for no damn reason. Okay?
You can't lead your team in rushing touchdowns when you have Saquon Barkley in the backfield.
Saquon might want to stay. Saquon might want to stay. But for AJ Brown, definitely showed disgruntledness. Devontae Smith is kind of like, man, I ain't speaking for AJ, but I understand what he's talking about. That's kind of what he said. It's you cannot look at what's wrong with the Ravens. The Ravens have this issue for a while. Wide receivers do not want to go there because wide receivers do not trust Lamar Jackson to get them the ball. You lose AJ and you lose Devonta, people are not going to want to go there. You're not going to be able to sign wide receiver free agents. You better be able to draft them every goddamn year, and you better hit. But you're not going to be able to get people because they're going to be like, no, you guys are just going to run the ball. I'm not going to run a go route 4 times in the game to not even get looked at. If I wanted to just run on a treadmill, I would have done that at home. His team is stacked, and it won't be stacked if you don't get them involved. That's just the issue. Any opinions?
That's true. No, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I think maybe within the past couple of weeks, I might have come to this conclusion of until he loses some of these weapons and we have to see Jalen Hurts in a situation where say, hey, go win us the game. We need you to come out and throw the ball 30 times and get 23 completions and a few touchdowns to win us the game. Right now, he's not asked to do that. You're right. It's going to alienate what is arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL right now, and you can't afford to do that. Oh, 509th career passing touchdown for Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, who did he pass it to? Metcalf.
I didn't see who got
It was Metcalf.
He just passed Brett Favre.
Yes, he did. Okay. Hold on. I got to take a look at this stat number for you.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a big wide receiver like that, that's what you're supposed to do. Throw the ball up, you go get it.
Hold on. Do you know how many yards he's had this season total before this game that just started? Is today the 21st?
Who, Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, no. Jalen Hurts. Before this game
He's in the
started
bottom
against
half of the league.
not even bottom half. He had 230 something yards before today.
For
No.
2 full NFL games.
2 full NFL games, he has 253 yards.
Geez, at that rate, he's going to throw for about 1,300 yards for the year. Nope.
What wide receiver is going to be like, oh, yeah, I'll go to the even if you're trying to win a ring.
1,700 yards. He's going to throw for less than 2,000 yards.
Even if a wide receiver wants to win a ring, they're going to be like, I don't know if I want to go to that. Like, I ain't going to get no burn. Hey, listen, first off, keep your hate into someone else, all right? Bring your hate of the Steelers hate somewhere else. Let me see. I like Jalen. His team is so stacked, doesn't have to worry about the numbers. But again, like we've addressed that, you're going to alienate your wide receivers and anyone else that wants to be there. Like, if you're a top 10 wide receiver, you're on the free market, come to the Eagles, you're going to win a ring and not get a second contract afterwards because they're going to be like, bro, you ain't good. You only average maybe 30 yards a game. Like, no, I'm good. And no, we deserve anyone good. All right, AJ Brown, come on down. Ooh, no, we can't have AJ. We got DK. All right, but here's my last question for you, so we can end the stream. The tush push, is it dead?
Well, it does seem that the offense is getting away with some things that the defense can't do. They can get obviously a lot lower. The center seems to be a little bit further on the ball and over the ball than we're used to seeing. if it exists, I just want there to be a viable counter to it. I get it. Not every team is going to be able to counter it. Part of why they can execute it is because they can all squat 1,000 pounds, which great. You have a competitive advantage in that sense. But I just want there to be some type of viable counter to it. And right now, there doesn't seem to be that.
Let me say this. I didn't know about the false start. I'll say this. Before last week, before the show, I didn't know that they were false starting. But what I do know is that Jason Kelsey did this a lot. If you take a look, Jason Kelsey, when he goes over from the push tush, he takes the ball and he literally like scoots it up a little bit more before he hikes it. Like when he sits, like, they set the ball down right in front of you and then you're supposed to touch it right there. No, he grabs it and goes like, okay. And it's like kind of like that. I'm adjusting, but I'm squatting down. Whoop, brings it a little bit closer. He used to do that a lot. I saw that. I'm like, yo, Kelsey is inching the ball up. Like on 4th and inches, the ball's ready. When he does that, the ball's ready in first down territory. Ooh, what are you watching?
Egbuka just made an amazing one-handed catch.
My nigga. Anyway, so I didn't know about the false start, but I knew that the center was always inching the ball forward, and I knew that he always was leaning over past it to kind of give himself the best leverage. You cannot beat that. And I was always complaining about that part. I will say that part. I did not know about the false start. And truly, if we're both in 3-point stance and you hit me first where I can even get off the line, of course you're gonna win the freaking scrummage that is. And the other thing I want to say, and this is the main reason I want to talk about this. If you don't want to blow the play dead, okay? Because one thing that happened at the end was that someone took the ball from Jalen Hurts. And he ripped it out of his hands. Okay? No. Jalen Hurts, you didn't blow the play dead. If you don't want to blow the play dead and you want it to be a scrum where people in there, in the same way, if it's a fumble, it's a live ball on the floor, people are still shuffling that ball at the bottom of the pile. It's a live ball. Oh, whoever comes out of that pile with the ball has the ball. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too in that situation where, no, you can't blow the play dead, but if I lose it in the scrum, call the play dead because I was already down. What do you mean? No, you got to choose one or the other. Hold on, Maximilian. Listen, I'm not trying to. He said we're not giving Jalen Hurts enough credit. You were averaging literally 125 yards a game. That's a good stat for a running back, not for a quarterback.
Last year, I know we were talking about him.
He didn't get to 4,000.
Under 3,000 yards.
Yeah, he threw for under 4,000. Under 4,000.
Look, I'm willing to reserve my ultimate opinion on Jalen Hurts until after the team around him changes a little bit. But right now, I understand he's not being asked to do much, and so you're never gonna get an argument over, hey, the team's winning. Team's winning. He's not throwing for a lot of yards, and he's not bitching about it. So fine, but we're not gonna know the real Jalen until the team around him evolves and has to be reconstructed, which every single quarterback experiences. So it's coming.
Okay. All right. I got a jet because they're blowing me up. But enjoy the games, y'all. Listen, I'm not trying to not show respect for Jalen Hurts. I literally gave him the most praise in this video than I have in the entire channel's history. I see that he's accepted and I accept for him as well. I'm not trying to put up numbers. I'm just here to win. And for that reason, you got a stacked team around you, and you're doing what you got to do. It's good to see a player who's like, I truly don't care about my stats. I just care about the dub. We kind of miss that in the NFL nowadays. I will say that. So kudos to you, Jalen Hurts. I respect that a lot. But with these numbers, you can never be a top 5 quarterback.
Hey, he'll be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but just without all the sexy numbers. And if he's okay with it, I love it. Great.
All right, y'all. Deuces, be easy. We out here.
We out. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
For sure.